So how's it going, everyone? It's a nice bright day out here, nice and sunny. It's about 65 degrees, I think. It's perfect weather for this. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to finally give you an update on what I think about the Currie Antirock sway bar. Is it worth it? Is it worthy for on-road rigs like mine? We all know how capable they are off-road, so I'm not really going to cover that. It's been covered by many videos and many people. But first, before we cover what I think about it on the road, let's get this cleaned up so I can actually see what we're talking about. All right, come on. Alright, so now that's all done, the Jeep's all clean, let's talk about the anti-rocker. Let's get to it. Alright, so the anti-rocker. Do I like it? Yeah, actually I like it a lot. I think it's great. I actually enjoy it more than I do the stock sway bar for one reason. I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to disconnect it, which it's his claim to fame, right? We all know that. You don't have to disconnect it. But it actually, the Jeep feels more in tune down the road, and I'm not going to say that it doesn't roll more, because that stock sway bar is very beefy, and you don't have as much sway with the stock sway bar, but the amount of sway you have with the anti-rocker is shocking, and not in a bad way where you have a lot of it. It's actually shocking in that you don't have as much as you think. Now, I've gone on mountain roads, I've done some highway driving, I've done some snow driving, bad weather, good weather like today, all sorts of driving. I think we have about 5,000 miles on it now, somewhere around there, or maybe a little less. And I love it. I would never get rid of it. I would never change it out for anything else, actually. Unless I did it just for testing. But honestly, I don't see any reason to remove it. It's so simple. You install it, and then you forget about it. You never touch it again. Now, we all know they're great off-road. So that's why I wanted to do this, is take a look at how good they are on-road. For me, my Jeep, it has many badges it wears, many hats it wears. And one of those is being a daily driver with highway driving. So for me, it has to be good on the highway, towing small trailers, things like that. So I wanted a sway bar, excuse me. So I wanted a sway bar that I didn't really have to mess with. I didn't want to crawl underneath and disconnect anymore. It's just a pain. I hated doing it. I hated reconnecting at the end of the day. It sounds trivial, but when it's dirty and you're tired, you do not want to crawl under there and try to hammer on some disconnects. You just don't want to do it. So you drive home without being connected, which is fine. I mean, I drove 2 years without a sway bar completely on the Jeep. And then when I started towing, I realized pretty quickly that you need a sway bar. So I put the stock one back on, and I've just been using that ever since. The anti-rocker is a totally different world. Its ability to sync the front and back is amazing, and its customizability. I mean, I'm running the second from the softest setting, and the amount of sway is really not much. It really isn't. I would say probably, if I had to estimate percentage, maybe 10%, 15% at the most more sway. The only time you really feel it is if you're turned hard and you jam the throttle. But going down the highway, I mean, just yesterday there was a turn that snuck up on me, I'll admit, going up to the Paiutes. There was a turn that snuck up on me on that Kelso Valley Road, and I reacted appropriately, but because it snuck up on me and I was going a little quick, I had to make a hard corner, a hard left-hand hairpin style turn. It was also going downhill. If I have a shot of it, I'll put it in there. And that corner, it freaked me out a little bit because we hit it fast, and even my passenger, Helen, she was like, whoa, it's a sharp corner, it's a blind corner too, but the Jeep handled it perfectly, and that's what I wanted. I didn't want something that's going to make the steering unpredictable in mountains or on highways or backcountry roads or whatever you have. I wanted the Jeep to be predictable. So it does have sway. It's predictable, and I will say it does increase the sway, like I said, 10 to 15%. But not going down the highway and not on mountain passes. I think it has to do a lot with the suspension you have too. If you have good shocks, good suspension geometry, the sway bar really doesn't affect it that much. Having a lighter bar. I mean, it sounds funny to say, but when I run disconnected, I have Oldman Emu shocks. I didn't really think it swayed that much. My Jeep wasn't leaning hard all over the road whenever I turned. It did lead substantially more, but it wasn't like looking like it was going to tip over. And with this, I mean, the lean, it's unless you're really turning hard on it and, you crank it and punch it out of a driveway, then you get some lean out of it. But on roads, you really don't, not that much. So I am very pleased with it. I would say that if anyone is concerned with the on-road drivability of the Antirocker, don't be. It is amazing. The street drivability is great. We all know they're great off-road. We've seen the videos. We've seen the thousands of reviews. But I didn't see anything that told me how good it was on-road, and that's what I was concerned about. So there you guys have it. I would definitely recommend this for on-road. I don't know everything about everything, but what I can tell you is I know what I feel, and what I feel is I'm completely comfortable driving my Jeep at 65, 70 on the highway or mountain passes or through bad weather or what have you, and I'm confident. I don't have any worries that I'm going to lose control or anything like that. It feels planted, it feels perfect. So I would definitely say if anyone's concerned about the Antirocker, don't be. Just get it. You'll thank yourself later. It's a worthwhile upgrade, worth every penny, I think. With that being said, if you guys have any questions or comments, hit the comments down below. I pretty much respond to all of them that I can. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. If you like what's going on with the channel, hit subscribe down below. I'd really appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoy this video. You guys have a wonderful day, and we'll see you later. Oh man, the inside of this thing is just as dirty as the outside. Check this out. Yeah. Oh, guess my job's not done yet.